All right, Blake. I have one last question for you.
Wait, I had something before.
Go ahead.
I was doing some reminiscing of my own before this interview, and I realized that the history of Blake and Super Bowls. I just wanted to rattle through these. Maybe you have some memories or like some history. But 2016, part of my take was still in the womb. It existed, but it wasn't out to the world yet. You did a casting couch interview with Eric Ebron and Jabari Price. That was chaotic. 2016.
That was in San Francisco, right?
That was in San Francisco.
San Francisco, yep.
2016.
Yeah.
My marketing guy was like, "Hey, these guys are, they're kind of like busting into the sports world." And I don't know, had you guys interviewed any NFL quarterbacks at that time?
I don't think so.
No.
And that was the one where
it wasn't even like a It wasn't even a plan to do those interviews until we got there.
Yeah.
Right. That's what. Yeah. He's like, nobody really knows much about him, and like I obviously knew a little bit about Barstool. He's like, I don't think anybody's doing it. And kind of like starts explaining it to me, and I was like, yeah, dude, absolutely, let's go to them.
That was the Super Bowl that Dave had bought his flight and a house in San Francisco before the Super Bowl, but like before the playoffs. And it was the famous one where he didn't account for the air when the Patriots played the Broncos. And he's like, I just didn't account for the air. And we had the house and we had the RV, and he begrudgingly was like, fine, we'll just go. And then we just started interviewing people on that RV. And I had the picture with you where I found, I don't know where I got that jersey, but it was like size
that
extra
youth
small.
Jersey. Yeah.
Yeah. I looked good.
That was awesome. All right. Yeah. Sorry, Hank. Go ahead.
2016, the party, Super Bowl party to end all Super Bowl parties. You and Jared almost burnt down the Totino's house.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was my personal favorite memory. That's when you and Jared became like guys for life, legends for life.
That was an amazing moment. Coming back to the house, it smells like smoke, and I go into the kitchen. And there's Blake Bortles and Jared Goff, and they're starting a fire in the kitchen because they can't figure out how to cook Totino's pizza rolls in the oven.
Dude, we actually did something. There was an extra zero or something that got added. Like we put them in there for an hour and thought it was like a minute or two, and then just forgot. That was when wasn't that when we were in an Uber and Hank was just wandering down the side of the street and we picked him up?
Yeah, I was reminiscing.
Drive by him and was like, "Holy shit, that's Hank."
Yeah, I was trying to remember if that was you or not, but yeah, I was like, I think we went to the house together.
Yeah, and that was also when Hank and Blake both saw Dave getting head. Because his windows were open in his room.
Just an all-time funny night. And then we interviewed you in Minnesota.
Wait, one other for the 2017 Super Bowl or 16, whatever it was. Houston. That also, I can't remember if it was you texting me or Jared texting me being like, I think it was you texting me being like, hey, do you know where Jared is? And I was like, the next morning. And I was like, what? Are you really asking me? Like, how? Like, I don't know where Jared is.
No, I think it was reversed.
It was reversed probably. It was Jared asking where Blake is.
Oh, it was. Because we had a flight. My phone died. I don't know what ended up happening later that night, but my phone died and we were flying out at like 9 a.m. And like, I remember, kind of exiting everything and then being like, dude, like flight's at 9, don't miss it. And, just pulling up at an Uber, telling the guy to go as fast as possible out on the tarmac at like 8:59, just popping out like we made it.
Yeah, and that was one of those moments. It was like, what is there's one NFL quarterback texting me asking me where the other NFL quarterback is, and I was like, what is going on right now? Like, what? This is a wild thing to be a part of. But that was an all-time night, all-time party.
That was special.
All right.
Interviewed you in Atlanta or in Minnesota on the bus. I don't think anything crazy from there. Just in the van. And then the Atlanta Super Bowl.
Wait, that was Man of the Year, right?
Yeah, you were there for the
Man of the Year.
Atlanta
should have won.
Do you think you got fucked over in the Man of the Year competition?
Well, I didn't know Chris Long was supplying like a whole continent with water. I don't think any of us would have gone. Somebody actually said that to him. Like, bro, why didn't you tell us you were like supplying all of? I don't want to.
It's all of Africa, yeah.
It was something like that,
Africa.
It was like I don't know if it was a couple countries, but it was essentially like dude supplied like a whole continent with water. It was like, yeah, no shit, he was gonna win.
And then the Atlanta Super Bowl, Patriots won. I was going into the after party. My friends from home were there, and then Dave and like a bunch of people from Barstool also didn't have tickets to get in. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna get in. I'm gonna try and I'm just gonna get in and figure out a way to get all these people in here once I get in. I saw you at the bar downstairs. No one was even there yet. And then I was telling you my situation. You took the pass off your neck, or like, here, I'm not staying for this party. Take my pass. I think you were there for NFL Man of the Year too, because it was like an all access pass that you could just walk in and out. You didn't need a ticket because you were staying at the hotel. So I was able to take that pass and then get like all my friends from home and like 10 other people in. One of my favorite nights I've ever had, and that was all because of you.
That's all Blake.
That was, and then you got everybody in, and then Dave was in there for like 10 minutes, and they tossed him, didn't they?
Yeah, like he like came and left. It was like, I forget exactly what happened, but that if it wasn't for that pass, because I think in the previous ones it was easier to do pass backs, and I was like, I was telling people, I was like, well, in the past two I've been to, it was kind of easy to get people back and forth, and I got in, I was like, this is going to be a problem, because it was like you had to have a ticket. Once you gave them your ticket, they took your ticket. So I was like, fuck, I need something. And Blake basically had like the gold pass.
Yeah. That's an all-time Blake move. Like, that's why you're a ride or die guy.
I still have the pass.
Anything for you, Hank. How awesome was that night for you? That had to be a great time.
Yeah, I mean, top five nights of my life too, I'd say.
Thanks to Blake.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to Blake. Well, Blake, I mean, you have to. We'll keep in touch. I do also just want to say, to end it, like, thank you, because you bought in with us very early on, and that was big. Like, that's one of those things that when we think about like the history of Pardon My Take, you being cool and wanting to come on was a big deal for us. And it still is a big deal. So you should definitely know that that's like part of – you're not only part of NFL history. Like, you can't write the story of Pardon My Take without Blake Bortles. You're in the Pardon My Take Hall of Fame.
I'm honored to be a part of it. Man, you guys have always been great. Thanks for, being a friend to me, sticking up for me. You're going to make me emotional. I'm just kidding. Thanks for sharing your fans. I feel like a lot of fans from you guys that were great. We had great times, and what you guys have done is so cool, and it was such a non-normal thing in sports media at the time. Everything was so buttoned up, and quarterbacks always had to give the politically correct down the line answer. So being able to talk with you guys and kind of let it fly a little bit, to me, was always something that was really enjoyable.
Yeah. Honestly, thank you. I appreciate everything that you've done for us. You didn't have to a lot of these times. So it's been great to build this relationship with you. And I know that you're going to be great on the senior tour.
Yeah,
in,
being retared.
15 years.
Yeah, so, you're going to be a great
2042.
Let's go.
Okay, hashtag 2042.
We'll caddy for you. We'll caddy
Dude,
for you.
I also, last thing, my parents still live in Orlando. There's like a fake Twitter account that's my name. And for whatever reason, stuff like this is still happening. But it tweeted out, after the thing came out, retired. I'm going to pursue what I've always wanted to do, is, riding equestrian horses and get ready for 2024 Olympics in Paris, France. Like, the news stations in Orlando were like running it all afternoon that I was training for the Olympics in 2024 for Paris to ride equestrian.
So are you saying you're not?
No, I might.
Okay, all right, good. So rerun it. That's right. He's not closing the door.
Yeah, no, we'll stick to that. No, but thank you guys, man. You guys are the best. Always have been.
All right, thanks, Blake. Love you, man.
We will put you in the Pardon My Take Hall of Fame.
Yes.
You'll be the first inductee.